If you're lost and confused on the best way that you can repair your credit yourself, make sure you watch this video because I'm going to give you some practical tactics that you can implement today, but you got to make sure you stay tuned and like and subscribe. Hey everyone, my name is Carrington and I help business owners and real estate investors learn how to master credit instead of having it mastered down. So I'm just going to dive right into it. I'm going to tell you a couple of the first things that you need to do in order for you to fix your credit yourself. And it might be cost effective, but you might have to spend a couple of dollars yourself, but let's just get right into it. So the first thing that you need to do is pull your credit reports. You need to actually see what's actually on Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion in order to know what you actually need to dispute. So once you pull your credit reports, and you can go to annualcreditreport.com. I put the link to that website in this description, and just pull it, and it's a free website. So back whenever COVID started in 2020, and they allow everybody to be able to have access to their credit reports once a week instead of once a year. So that was a huge benefit for a lot of people. Now, that's the step one. The next thing that you can do and you need to do is apply for these three accounts: Experian.com, service.transunion.com, and my.equifax.com. Okay? So whenever you create accounts of these three websites, this is exactly what you're going to do. Whenever you pull your credit reports from myannulcreditreport.com, you need to look for find the personal information section. You need to delete every single misspelled name, old address, and also old phone numbers. Delete all that information from your credit reports. Sometimes maybe delete this old information is actually going to boost your credit score. It happened to me before. I don't know why, but sometimes it do. And also deleting the old addresses that might be attached to any of those derogatory accounts that might be on your credit reports is actually going to help in the process of you getting those negative items deleted from your credit reports. Okay, so there are a couple ways that you can dispute the information. The reason why I wanted you, or why you should apply for those three accounts, Experian, service.transunion.com, and my.equifax.com, is because you're going to be disputing just your personal information. Let me say this again. You're just going to be disputing your personal information on those websites. You're not going to be disputing anything else besides the old addresses, the misspelled names, and the old phone numbers. Now, a lot of the times, especially on Experian.com, you will not be able to dispute a lot of those old addresses because they're going to say it's attached to an old account. So what you can do is you're going to call Experian.com dispute department. I put the number in the description below as well. You're going to call that number, dial in the automated stuff, follow automated prompts. Make sure you get transferred to the dispute department. When you get transferred to the dispute department, you need to tell them to update that old address. Once it's updated, you can go back to the online website and actually get that account deleted, that old address deleted. Okay? That's a tactic you can do. Another thing you can do is once you get transferred to the dispute department, you just get asked to also get transferred to the fraud department and tell them that you don't recognize that address. Then they're going to delete that old address. I do that a lot too. Okay? So once your personal information is clean, that's the free and quick way that you can do it. File those disputes, get all your personal information reports on your credit reports clean and squared away first. And once that's done, re-pull your account from annualcreditreport.com and see if all the personal information is clean on Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Once it's clean on all those three, then we can move on to the next steps. Now, for this step, I really recommend for you to actually purchase your credit reports from Smart Credit or Identity IQ. I add the links to either of those in the description below because these credit reports actually give you a detailed outline. It's a side-by-side comparison across what's reported from a specific furniture. A data furniture is the account from either American Express, for example, from the bank, or the auto loan company, or the mortgage company. Everybody like that, they're data furniture. Okay, so the side-by-side comparison with Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, you'll be able to see what they're reporting. According to the LCRA, which is 15 USC 1682, they state that Every single information that's reported to your credit report needs to be 100% accurate and timely information. Now, it's not saying that to the T, but it's supposed to be accurate to the T, okay? So if there's anything that's not the same in any of those columns, you need to call that out in your dispute letter. Now, this is the time where you will be spending money, if you haven't realized that yet. The personal information section, you didn't have to spend any money. Now you got to spend some money. Because whenever you're sending out disputes, it's recommended to have everything in the mail. And you want to send stuff certified. That way you'll be able to catch it if and when Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion do not abide by the federal law, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So whenever you send stuff certified, they're supposed to be able to respond within 30 days. If they don't respond in the 30-day window, then you caught them in the violation, pretty much. So that's pretty much the logistics behind the dispute process. You all have 30-day stages. Now, whenever you send something off in the mail, you actually wait like 35 to 40 days because it's going to take a couple of days for the letter to get actually sent off to Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion in order for you to actually file and process a dispute. And you're supposed to get your dispute results back in the mail. That's a part of 15 U.S.C. 1681S, which is the investigations of when it comes to disputes. So, comparing those three columns is what we call factual disputing. Factual disputing is looking at the inaccuracies across each report and pointing them out to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and you need to tell them exactly what you need and want them to do to your credit reports. If you see that a late payment is reporting, and a late payment is showing, and the data furnisher shows inaccurate information for every late payment that you see, what you can do is tell them, like saying, hey, these dates don't match, or this payment or balance don't match. Well, you need to update this inaccurate information, and the instructions is going to be update my account to paid, never late, or current, pays as agreed, never late for the late payment. When it comes to collections, what you need to do is send a debt validation letter directly to the collection company. We have templates for that. I have a link in the description below if you want to get a template to the debt validation letter. But you send the debt validation letter directly to the debt collector first. Once you send it to the debt collector, you can also send it to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, the same dispute that's listing out the inaccuracies across all three, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, when it comes to the debt collector company or the charge-off, that's reporting your credit reports. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the debt collector and Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Now, if you catch anybody that's slipping and they don't respond properly to your disputes within a specific time frame, what you should do next is file a CFPB complaint. And if the CFPB don't do anything, file a BBB complaint. The BBB don't do anything, file an Attorney General complaint. And if you get this is why we keep everything in the mail, keep track of everything in the mail, is because if they violate and none of those different mediums actually satisfy the dispute, the inaccuracy that's reporting on your credit reports, if none of that is resolved, then you have a Fair Credit Reporting Act violation, and also FDCPA violation if you have a collection on your credit report and you're trying to dispute that. You have that, and you can go and find an FCRA attorney and file a lawsuit, and most likely win because you have everything, you have all the other exhibits, all the proper information, all the violations in a huge case that you should be able to win. But don't quote me on that. Just go find an attorney to work with in that process. So that's a quick version of how you can quick fix your credit yourself. I can go into a lot more details about different accounts like bankruptcies, foreclosures, short sales, and another things when it comes to fixing your credit yourself, and also what this can do in order to your credit score so you can get approved for things of that nature. All right. If you found this video useful, if you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe and turn on the post notification bell and comment down below what you thought on this video because it helps me out a lot and it helps boost the YouTube algorithm.